Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We all know reading is considered to be a very good habit, be it in children or in adults. Reading helps in building your patience, learning new words, improving your English, and many more. I suggest that reading should be introduced to children as early as possible. And it is also considered to be one of the major factor in early speech development. I introduced books to my daughter when she was around 5 months old. I started with big colorful picture books like of animals, fruits, vegetables, which has very less fonts. So I would read to her in a narrative way, in a baby voice, so that she would also feel good. And this is how our reading journey started. I think she was 10 months old when it started like a habit. Before that, I used to read to her, but it was not that frequent. Then I decided one day, let's make it a habit, and I would read to her every day during bedtime. And now, touch wood, I feel so great that she has developed this interest of reading book. Some days, if I get late, after finishing all the kitchen work, she would bring all the books, whatever she want to read, and it makes me so happy that this little girl is so interested, and she bring her book and she starts reading in her own language. So when to start? First of all, it's never too late. You can start any habit at any age. So don't worry if you haven't started this habit. Start it from now. If your baby is 3 months or 3 months above, start it from now. Introduce with all these big picture books with very less fonts. And if your child is at a elder age, search for books of that particular age on Amazon. There are a lot of books available, and if you want, I'm happy to share in comment section. I'll tell you the way I started. So when she was 5 months old, as I mentioned, I started with all these picture books. I also bought one story book. So many of my family members laughed at me. They were like, why you were reading a story book to this 5 months old baby? But I didn't care. I just used to read to her. And I think that helped a lot for her early speech development. And then I think around 10 months, when she was 10 months, I introduced her to touch and feel books. Touch and feel books are very important and it's very necessary. I feel it helps in the sensory development. So please introduce those sensory touch and feel books. After that, at 12 months, introduce my first 100-word book. There are a lot of my first 100-word books available in Amazon, Crossword Bookstore, or any bookstore you will find. So please introduce those books and practice those words every day with them. That's how they learn those words. Then I introduced nursery rhymes book when she was around 14 months. I used to sing those common rhymes. She has already listened, so it would make her happy, that mama is reading this book and she's singing songs. So she would find it a bit interesting, and she would also try to see what I'm doing basically. After 18 months, I started researching a lot. I started looking for books particular to her age, and I started buying books accordingly. I used to check for reels on Instagram, for shorts on YouTube on books particular to this age, and I got to know about many books. Then I came to know about some local businesses who sell these pre-loved books, and pre-loved books are really worth. So now she's 2 years 6 months old, and every day it's a ritual to read book during bedtime. We read 2 to 3 books every night. Some days if I'm very tired, I don't feel like reading, she would take one book and she would read in her language, and I would just support her. Next step, how to read. Always read in a narrative tone, in a baby voice, so that they can relate to the story, they can relate to what you are reading, and so that they can grasp those words. That is very important. If you read very fast for the sake of reading, you won't be able to relate to it and they might lose interest. So the best and the easiest way is read to them in a slow manner, in a very calm tone, in a very baby voice, and I'm sure they would love it and they would also show interest. Also, one pro tip, I personally love to read books and it has become a habit since lockdown. Before that, I didn't used to get time because of my workload, so it was not that frequent, but since lockdown, it's never been a single day when I had missed reading book. I love reading it, and if it's possible, try to read it in front of you. So me and my husband love to read books, and she also see us reading books, so she know that the importance of reading book. So if you can, please you or your husband or both of you, it's very good if both of you can show this habit to her, to your child, that the reading book is so important in life. And I'm sure definitely your child would start developing that habit, because monkey see what monkey do. So yeah, my only advice is please introduce books to your child. Books are the best companions in the world, as we have always heard this. So please introduce books to your child, make it a habit. If you are struggling to develop a habit, please drop a comment on this video. I would love to help you. And please, if you want any book recommendations, please drop a comment. I will share the book links. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel.